Hello and welcome to Tennis Conditioning TV. In episode 18, I will explain how to select a quality tennis coach, since the coaches lay the groundwork for a potentially successful career as a professional tennis player or for scholarships at US universities. Therefore, selecting the right candidate is an important decision to make, but finding a quality tennis coach can be a difficult task. I recommend you also watch episode 15, Areas of a Quality Tennis Coach, where I define who a quality tennis coach is, what scientific areas a quality coach should be familiar with, proof of competency, and I'll explain why that expertise is important. So how can you select a quality tennis coach? As a general rule of thumb, don't listen to what people have to say. Look at their accomplishments. For example, many coaches will lie about their accomplishments. For example, that they have worked with professional athletes, and they'll be dropping some names because they'll know that many people are impressed by big names or they don't know any better. To avoid costly mistakes, the final decision should be based on solid research information that help you to evaluate the potential coach. Next, I will talk about factors that will help you to evaluate the potential coach, such as level of education, work ethic, personality, and career achievements. These factors lay the groundwork for the coach's evaluation and facilitate the decision-making process. At the end of the day, you have to decide which criteria are most important to you, also referred to as the minimum requirements. In part 1 of episode 18, I will elaborate on the first factor, level of education. When it comes to education, take a look of the potential coach's completed level of education and if he received the certification from an accredited institution. Well, why is that important, you may ask yourself? The coach's completed level of education by an accredited institution is significant since it is objective, meaning the candidate met established academic criteria by the university, and for most people it is also the beginning of a successful career. It also means that the potential coach had the determination to sit through 4 or more years of university classes. It means that they set out to achieve something and they started and finished the job. Furthermore, if someone has a bachelor's of exercise and sports science or related by a US university, then he or she has been exposed to anatomy, exercise physiology, kinesiology, and nutrition. On the other hand, it does not mean that someone with a degree is a genius and someone without is an idiot. But what it means is that it is one criterion that helps you to select the best coach for you. So how can you verify that someone actually has a degree? All you need to do is to request an official transcript from the coach. All the coach needs is your name and address. The coach then gets in touch with his university, pays a fee, and the university will mail that official transcript directly to you. Within a few days, you will receive an envelope from the university in the mail that contains the official transcript. The official transcript contains the name of the individual, courses taken, grades attained, and the overall GPA. If you're not sure if a university is actually accredited, you can check out a new database by the Department of Education at www.ope.ed.gov/accreditation. Is the coach certified by a national tennis teaching organization, for example the USPTA or the USPTR? How many certifications do they have? What level did they accomplish? Again, It doesn't mean that someone who is licensed is necessarily better than someone who does not have a license, but it is an indication that they take teaching seriously. If a coach possesses one or more certifications, means that they are actually open to different ways or methods to accomplish something. They are open-minded to different ways of teaching. Many tennis teaching organizations allow you to search for professionals in your neighborhood. You can either search by last name, zip code, city or state. For example, USPTR's Find a Pro. Welcome to part 2 of how to select a quality tennis coach, where I will talk more about work ethic, what to look for, and why it is important. Almost every person you talk to on the circuit is a genius and has coached top 10 players and of course can help you, but then reality sets in. Tennis is one of the few sports worldwide where unqualified coaches can keep well-paying jobs for years because being successful is not a necessity in order to keep the job, but knowing the right folks is. If it was for their coaching ability or work ethic, most of these coaches would have been fired a long time ago. If you get a chance, observe a training session and look for the following: how the coach does his or her job, the coach's physical appearance, was the coach able to improve his or her past players without injuries? So how is the coach doing his or her job? There are a few things to look for. Is he or she on time? Does their approach make sense to you? Do they have a plan for what they try to accomplish, or do they just do the same routine all the time? Are they engaging when they teach? Do you feel the coach cares if the student learns something? Now, why are all these things important, you may ask? Well, being on time is a matter of respect and discipline. Player development is a complex step-by-step process, like building a house, which needs to make sense. If the coach has a plan for player development, shows that he or she took the time to sit down, think about what they want to accomplish, and find ways to implement a desired outcome. When an architect builds a house, he or she makes a plan which is then implemented. Although architects have built many houses, they don't just wake up one day and start building a house without a plan. If the coach is engaging, means that they want you to get better, not just getting paid. What is the coach's physical appearance? Do they suffer from the fat and happy syndrome? Meaning, are they in good physical shape themselves for their age, or are they 25 pounds overweight? Why is this important, you may ask? Well, for once, it's a matter of self-discipline. As a coach, one cannot expect from the students to work out hard, eat right, etc., but can't do it themselves. They should do themselves what they are preaching. Was the coach able to improve his or her past players without injuries? This is the most important factor. Take a look at players the coach previously worked with. Did they improve overall or only a particular segment of their game? Did they stay injury-free? Was the improvement mental, technical, or physical? If you don't know any previous players, take a lesson to find out if the coach was helpful to you. Did you learn anything? If you took a lesson but didn't learn or improve anything, then you actually wasted your time and money. Hello and welcome to part 3 of how to select the quality tennis coach, where I will talk more about coach's personality, coaching styles, career achievements, what to look for and why it's important. With regards to personalities, it is essential to be on the same page on a personal level, meaning coach and player should trust each other and get along personally in order to have success. It is very important because coach and player will spend a lot of time, especially if they are traveling to tournaments together, which can cause problems, and having bad vibes while on tour should be avoided since it will negatively affect performance. Also, what coaching style do you prefer? Are you looking for a coach who can communicate well and is a friend to you? Or do you prefer someone who is tough and authoritarian? You need to determine what kind of coach fits you. There are 3 different coaching styles. First we got referent, second is authoritarian, and the third one is lead by example. Referent means that they have exceptional knowledge, like guru status, and teach well, but they might not be able to do it well themselves. For example, they might not be able to play tennis well, but they communicate well and effectively present solutions. Authoritarian is the opposite. Limited communication dialogue occurs between coach and player. The coach basically dictates training components and expects the player to simply follow instructions. It's kind of like a military style, can be very effective but not that much fun. Now, lead by example. This is where the coach can play well, for example, he's a former tour player, and becomes a role model for the athlete. The formal ranking of the coach is less important. Important is that they are a role model in behavior. For example, they should have a positive work ethic, eat well, work out, etc. Ego problems can also occur where the coach still believes he or she is the star instead of the player. Regardless which personality type you choose, verbal and/or physical abuse at any time by the coach is unacceptable. Career achievements are a bit tricky, and one should use Vladimir Lenin's approach. Trust is good, control is better, because many coaches will lie about the career achievements. Therefore, take the time and effort and double-check everything you can. Try to get in touch with some of their former players and find out firsthand if the coach really worked with them or just hit some balls once for 5 minutes. If you consider a coach that already has a big name, then take a look at when they were successful and how many players they developed into top players. Also, were they successful 20 years ago or recently? Did they only coach one top player or a few? What style of play, for example surf and volley, did their players have? How many players does the coach currently work with? Do you feel that the coach is still as hungry for success as you are? Those are valid and important questions to ask and find answers to. The dynamics of tennis have changed over the years, and the coach needs to evolve with these changes if he or she wants to stay successful and develop talented players. If the coach had numerous top players, indicates that he or she understands how to maximize the athlete's potential instead of forcing the player to commit to a certain style of play. Also, it is almost impossible to coach more than 3 athletes at a time so that each of them receives the attention and quality training they deserve. Many tennis academies are run by former tour players or coaches, but they weren't able to help others to become top players on the tour. Yet they are charging well for their services. There are also many promising coaches out there that are very qualified but didn't have the opportunity yet to work with a good junior or professional player. So they don't have former players to show for, but would invest a lot of time and energy to make you a better player. Most often this is a good approach because it mutually benefits player and coach. Regardless of whom you choose as your coach, the most important criterion is that you stay healthy and continuously improve. You have to give things some time, but if you're working with someone and you don't show improvements in, for example, 6 months, then things need to change. Or if you show improvements but you are injured rather frequently during the season, then the coach bears some responsibility as well. At the end of the day, you have to decide, based on the aforementioned factors, who the best coach is for you. Well, that's it again for today's episode. As usual, opinions differ. What's your point of view? Let us know below in the comment section. A brand new episode will be available next Sunday. So make sure you don't miss it and subscribe. In the meantime, I recommend you watch some of the previous episodes. You should really watch them all. If you like what you saw, tell your friends. I'm sure they will appreciate it. I'm Philipp Halfmann. Thank you for watching and auf Wiedersehen. Tennis Conditioning TV episodes are licensed under Creative Commons. You are welcome to link or embed these videos, forward them to others, and share these ideas with people you know. Brought to you by Advanced Concepts of Strength and Conditioning for Tennis. Available at tennisconditioningbook.com. Music by Dan O at danosongs.com.